Good afternoon and a very warm welcome back to the channel. My name's Corinne and I'm the Golfing Princess, and if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell so you get notified of all the upcoming videos coming. Don't forget guys, it is free to subscribe, so keep subscribing. It's nice to be nice, as they say. Anyway, what are we here today for? We have a new toy. Keep it clean guys. Anyway, I said to you last week when I did the putting mat that any sort of new gadget I got, I would do a mass unveiling and a review of it and see how I get on. So, what have I been buying now? I hear you say. Can't be very big, obviously it's only a tiny box. But here we have, a Shotscope Pro L1 rangefinder. Now, it's only just been released. Normally Shotscope they've done the watches. They've still have done a review on the watch. We've been using the watches for probably about about 2 years now, maybe 2 years. And I find them very, very useful. So, and they're a nice piece of kit, so I thought I wonder what the Pro L1's like. Now, I haven't got a rangefinder as it is. I've never used one. So for me, it was a case of let's try one from a brand that I'm familiar with. Now you may have different opinions on this, so if you know, go with what the reviews are and go with what's maybe trusted and known. But by doing that, how are the little guys supposed to get noticed? Is what I think. So I thought, well, do you know what? I like the brand. They've always been really good, the customer services with me. I've never had an issue with them, so why not try the Pro L1? As I say, I've never used one before, so I've got a few tips that I've been told of what to do when I'm using one. So the features of this, the main features it says to you is there is actually a black and red dual optic, which means when you're out on the course and you're using it, if there's different lights, as in if it starts to get overcast and cloudy and dark as opposed to being bright and sunny, you can change the colour of the view from black to red, and it's supposed to make it easier for you to see the text and see the distances. Obviously I haven't actually used it yet, so I can't comment, but I will. It's also got a pin lock vibration, so when you've actually locked onto the target that you want to get a distance for, the device vibrates in your hand to let you know that you've locked on. And it's also got a slope on and off. Now again, I've never used one before. All I can assume that means is you can turn on if there's a slope going up the hill. Correct me if I'm wrong guys, I've never used a a rangefinder before, so I don't really know what it means. I will know what it means when I get out on the course and I use it, of course. So if that's what it does, that'd be really useful to me, because sometimes I can look. There's one of our holes at Crook Hill, which is a par 3 for gents, par 4 for ladies, and it's uphill. It's only about 190 yards to the pin, but it's quite a severe slope upwards. So it obviously plays longer than 180 yards. And if this can tell me, right, it's playing 210. Not that I'll get up there because I still use my driver, but it'll give me a better indication of actually how far out my eyesight is. Not eyesight, but how my gauge is, if that makes sense. It's water resistant, it conforms to the rules of golf. That slope on off, by the way, you can turn it on and off, is to tournament regulations. You can have distance in yards and metres. It's got a carry case, it includes batteries. The range is 875 yards, and I don't know of any course that I would particularly play that's got even a par 5 more up to that distance. I'd be lucky if I played a par 5 that's 500 yards, if I'm honest. But it's good to know it's got that distance in it if you need it. It's got 6 times magnification, and it's accurate to 0.1 yard, which in my book is pretty accurate. So let's have a look, see what is actually in the box. Again, it's very well presented in the box. It's a nice sturdy box, so it shouldn't get damaged if it happens to get rattled around in the post. You can get a 12-month extended warranty, always useful. Since I had issues with my motor caddy, I am all about getting warranties and extending your warranties where you can. It's got your instructions here, how to use it. So this will be out on the course with me. Yes, it does do slope adjusted distance. The adaptive slope technology provides the golfer with a compensated distance based on the hole's uphill or downhill. For example, a 156.8 yards uphill shot of 7 degrees really plays at 176. Without slope correction distance, you would come up 20 yards short. I like that function. Already, I like it a lot. Now it takes the CR2 3-volt batteries, which is I think the little ones. You get a nice lens cleaner. Oh, I like this box. It comes in the case, sorry. So you do get a little carabiner as well to clip it on the side of your bag, should you wish to do so. This is very smart. So there we go. Nice hard case. You can put it on your belt if you want to. It also comes with a wrist carry case. That's for the actual rangefinder actually. So, oh, I do like this. I'm glad I went for the blue one. I think they come in blue and black. So again, it's restricted when you open it, so it won't fall out, which, nice feature. I will at some point in the future get hold of another rangefinder so I can do a comparison. So because I've never used one before, I've got nothing to compare this to. So it would be useful in the future to actually compare this to something. Now, that's the piece of kit. As you can see, it's quite nice. It sits in the hand quite nicely. It's got like an ergonomic design there for your thumb. So you can sort of sit it in there quite nicely. Interesting. So, eyepiece. So you will focus it by turning the dial round on there. Oh yeah, it's quite stiff, but yeah, it does move. Let's have a look what we've got. So, lens, send and receiving lens. Oh, okay, so that's the send lens. That's the receive lens. The battery goes in at the back. Eyepiece, focus, power button. Power button is there. Oh, hello. Okay. The mode button on the top there, that's the closest to the eyepiece is the on off. That's the mode to switch it between yards and meters. That there at the side, that's to turn your slope on and off. So if you turn it on, this is weird. You can tell I've never used one of these before, can't you? So that, but there's a button there at the side as well. That's to turn your optic black or red. So it automatically powers off after 10 seconds of inactivity, which is a good. I think so. That's really good. If you're anything like me, you'll forget to turn it off, and then the battery could die. So obviously we don't want that. So there's 3 modes. You've got continuous scan mode M1, golf mode M2, which is slope plus pin lock vibration plus angle, and you've got M3, which is speed mode. And you press the mode button for 3 seconds to change between meters and yards. So let's see if I can lock onto something in my living room. That's not helping, is it? Do you know what? The easiest thing to do with this is take it out on the course. At least I'm out in fresh air, I'm out in the natural daylight, and I've got an actual target to get onto. So keep watching and we'll see how it does on the course. V3 watch to the middle, I've got 162 yards. Shotscope Pro L1. Got 166.4. Now we are on a hill, so if I put the slope on with that little switch. Got 154.5, so the height difference is taking 10 yards off, 11 yards off. Which, Neil, take a shot. What did you hit there?
7-iron.
What do you normally hit your 7-iron?
About 150, so that really pulled it round, didn't it?
It pulled it round, but it went quite a distance.
How many?
77 yards.
77 yards. Right, okay. 70 what?
77.
On slope?
Slope, 79.
Yeah.
I'm taking a picture of that.
Right, okay. Side at green, well done.
Just to the back of the green, I'm happy with that. So, what do I think to this? Considering I've never used one before, I don't think it's a bad piece of kit. I just need to point out though, make sure that you do know the little switch there, if it's forward, that means the slope is on. Because I thought that when I switch it back, the light comes on, and I thought that meant the slope was on, but it's not. The slope is then off. So the switch forward for the slope to be on. I will put a couple of pictures up if I can find some of what you actually see through the viewfinder. When the slope is on, there's like a little angle at the bottom. That's where it tells you the slope rated difference. You know, your actual distance and your slope difference. So the only other thing I would point out is make sure that when you do use it, you hold it with both hands, because if you've got a slight wobble on your hand on one hand, it can pick up things behind it like the tree or mid-air. I think sometimes when I was actually using it, it might say it's 145 yards, and it was coming out at say 170, 180 yards. So I had to keep on pressing the power button. That's what you use to kind of get your trigger, and it locks onto whatever it thinks you're looking at. So it just takes a bit of practice and it's a bit of getting used to. If you have already, you know, got a GPS rangefinder, then and you're looking to upgrade, then I would say this is probably a decent bit of kit. It's quite light, and it's nice and handy. You know what I mean? It's just a nice piece of kit. What else can I say?
You could say it's not a GPS rangefinder. It's just a rangefinder.
It's not a GPS rangefinder.
It's a laser finder.
It's a laser rangefinder because I'm using the GPS watch as well at the same time.
How did they compare distance-wise?
Distance-wise, they weren't far off, if I'm honest. See, the GPS shot scope, it tells you the distance to the green, front, middle and back. So I was looking at roughly where the pin was and what on this, and looking at, you know, using my eyes to say, well, actually it's closer to the back or it's closer to the front, and thinking, yeah, it could be, if it was saying like it's 2 yards difference, it was, yeah, it's about 2 yards difference. So I think it's pretty accurate.
But it's good for the slope though.
Yeah, I think it's definitely beneficial for the slope, because I mean, before I used this today, I wouldn't have clubbed up or down. But looking at the slope, when I did either club up. I think you did as well, didn't you?
I think I clubbed down on that par 3.
But
definitely.
You probably wouldn't have done if you've not seen the slope difference.
No.
So it's definitely handy, and I know you can't use a slope in the competition, but if you use it enough outside the competition, you'll kind of get a judge of, right, I'm this high up now, I know I need to club up or down as to what the differences are. And of course it's cold weather as well, so that's going to make a difference. But for my first rangefinder, I like it, I would recommend it. So I will put some pictures on of what you can see through the viewports when you look at it. Well, I had it on the red mode. It's quite foggy today, but you could see it quite clearly. But I think you can change it to, I think, black. I think it is without looking. I think I've already covered this in the intro anyway. But no, if you're in the market for one, have a look at it. Definitely consider it in the bag.
Would you say it's good value for money?
Yes, I think it would. I think it's definitely on point with for other ones. I think the average sort of rangefinder is about £200–300, is it? I don't know. You guys tell me. Drop me a comment. What would you be willing to pay for a rangefinder? This was £199. But I just like it because it's lightweight and it fits in your hand quite nicely. It comes in a nice carry case as well. So I've put a picture up of the bag on my carry case on my bag, so it does look quite smart. But no, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's been beneficial to you, and I hope it's made you think about something outside your big brands for a rangefinder. You know, up and coming brand Shotscope. I like them, and I hope you do too. Catch you next time.